Wayne and Cindy Rodgers with the 416 podcast. This is the interview series, and today is a very special friend of ours to be able to sit down together with Andy Cates. And Cindy is behind the camera. Michelle's over there as well. So, but anyway, she didn't want to be on camera, I don't think so. But we're grateful to be able to sit down together and to just talk about some things and to kind of catch up. And we've already had lunch and had a good time right here. This is Pensacola Bay right behind us. I don't know if you'll be able to make that out in the distance, but anyway, Andy, take a moment, introduce yourself and your family and where we are, and talk about that a little bit, the work here.
I'm Andy Cates, and I'm the minister of the Innerarity Point Church of Christ. Michelle, my wife, and I have two children, Trey and Caitlin, and we're thankful for them and for their for Josh and Ariana, and also for our grandchild, Sadie. And we learned just a few days ago that we have another grandchild on the way. We've been exciting. At Innerarity Point Church of Christ for 14 years in the Pensacola area on the Gulf Coast. It's a beautiful area. It's an area that many come on vacations, and that is one of the rewarding things about being here, is getting to meet people from other areas and to be with them during their time away from their homes.
Yeah, and of course, we were, years ago, we were in Gulf Breeze just down the road on the other side of Pensacola. And so we got to work in the area together, and it was always a good time and a special time, you know, in our work, because we were able to encourage one another and kind of keep things moving forward, you know, as the work progresses in ministry. Obviously, we met and you were in school at the Memphis School of Preaching.
That's right.
And I was looking at the school at that point in time, and so early on. And so tell us about when you graduated and any highlights during that time frame.
I graduated from the Memphis School of Preaching in 2000, the year 2000, and that was a very special time of my life, with my dad being the director there during that time, and my mother being the librarian, but also being with all the great instructors there and being able to hear their wisdom and their knowledge and to take these things in, to be with my classmates who were just a great bunch of guys, but also to delve into the depths of the Word. It was just a wonderful time, and to get to meet Wayne when we were on one of our door knocking campaigns in the Waycross, Georgia area. And those were special occasions to get to be able to go and put our boots on the ground and get into neighborhoods and do what we could to spread the word. But to have Wayne there with us and helping us with that really meant a lot.
Yeah, we were in the neighboring county and just heard, you know, we knew that there was a work going on, you know, and the school was coming down, and, you know, I was like, yeah, let's go join in, let's go help with it, you know. And so we got to meet a lot of the students during that time, and so it was very fun. And you know, when I think about the school and certainly the special time that it was, even when I was there, you know, because your dad was still there teaching, Mom's still a librarian, you know, and yes. So to be around them and to have that instruction from your dad, I know was, you know, to be able to sit at his feet in that kind of setting was probably different, you know, no doubt.
It was.
You'd sat at his feet in many ssermons, I know, through the years, but certainly to go back through the school, you know, certainly meant a lot, I'm sure.
It did.
And well, let's switch gears and let's think about the work here at Innerarity Point, Perdido Key.
Right.
You know, so on the western side of Pensacola.
That's right.
And you've been there, you said 14 years.
14 years.
And so what does the work look like in Perdido Key, Florida?
It is, like I said, it's a very rewarding work because of the area, sure. Because of getting to meet people from other areas of the country, and also hopeful that when they come and they are with us, that they'll be able to go back to their homes encouraged. Yeah. Encouraged by what's going on at Innerarity Point Church of Christ and the Lord's kingdom in this area. That really means a lot. Also, it does have its challenges. One of those challenges being that it is a military area. We have folks with us right now in the congregation that are in the military. They're going to be leaving us before too long. That is a challenge as well. People come and go, and also a lot of retirees in our area. But it's great to have them with us, and it does present challenges, but it does present great rewards. But certainly to be a part of the Lord's kingdom here in this area really means a lot.
Yeah. When you think about, so 14 years in a congregation, you know, personally, I've worked with a lot of different congregations and not been anywhere for 14 years.
Yes.
And so that's one thing that, you know, in many ways that I have, you know, probably maybe some regrets, but just things didn't work just right. Lord wanted us in some other places, but you've been able to be here for this long. And I'm sure that in and of itself presents challenges in the preaching side of things. You know, I mean, you're being the minister though to now a second generation probably in the congregation. That's a special thing, but also it as working through sermons and working through Bible classes, I'm sure it presents its own issues.
It does.
Yeah,
it does. And yes, some of those that were very small when we got here are quite grown now, and that is amazing to see, to perform their weddings and that type of thing. But yes, it does have the challenges that go with being at an area for some time. But also, again, I use that word rewards there because it is a very rewarding work, and the people are great. The friendliness of the congregation, the love that is within that congregation. I grew up in South Alabama in little country congregations. Even though we are a beach congregation by locale, it's like one of those country congregations in South Alabama with which my dad worked when I was growing up, and it really means a lot. It's almost like going back to that period of time because everybody is so special and so encouraging to us.
Yeah, and you know, through the years we've got an opportunity to kind of be on both coasts. You know, we in Jacksonville Beach area.
That's
you know,
right.
in the past too. So, but this is different. This is country at the beach.
Yes,
you know, this is lower
LA.
Alabama.
They call it LA, Lower Alabama.
And so, yeah, it's but it truly is. It slows down over here, which makes it special and fun and much more my speed for sure. But you know, when I think about that, but when I think about the work that we're doing for 416 Ministries and trying to edify and encourage people, one of the questions we like to ask preachers especially is, there may be a time, especially in your work and in your ministry, when it's particularly difficult. And what has kept you encouraged to be able to keep doing the work?
I would say the number one thing, of course, the encouragement of the Word. Also the encouragement of the church, the encouragement of the brethren. We're thankful for our encouragers in the Lord's church, and it's been because of those that have kept us marching onward in the Lord's army. And I would say that the encouragement of the Word of God and the promises that He has made us to be faithful and true till death, but also the encouragement of the brethren really means a lot, and that's held us up through whatever storm has come our way.
Yeah, and I think that speaks to the congregation there being really a family.
Yes, sir.
And being concerned about one another, helpful to one another, and that's one of the things that we, as we travel about, you know, we want to encourage congregations to be that family, especially to their preacher, include him, not just you know, the hired help, so to speak. You know, we've been in those situations before in the past. I know you've heard of those, but to be a family to one another, that's what keeps preachers preaching, you know, and it makes a difference to their family, and it makes a difference to their children growing up in that family as preachers' kids. Also, I think it makes a big difference as well. And so, Andy, thank you for sitting down with us and taking a little bit of time out of your day.
Thank you, and thank Cindy, you for your work. If I have a moment, I appreciate Wayne and Cindy so much. Michelle and I count them as dear friends, and it's so good to be with them again. Good to be with y'all, and thank you for what you're doing.
Well, I know Cindy's got a question she wants to ask too as well.
Thank y'all and your longevity of
thank you
in the church. It's just a blessing
thank you.
To have people like you.
Thank you.
To call us friends. Wow, I got emotional. So I always like to think about people traveling through, and it's beautiful. It's a vacation area. And so do you have a recommendation of a restaurant or a little dive that people might not know about that's local to your area if they were visiting Innerarity Point and they wanted to go for Sunday lunch or, you know, something like that? Where would you recommend?
Pensacola, downtown Pensacola is not real far away, and there are some wonderful places to eat downtown and to do around, such as the place that we're at today. This is called Bruce Beach, and it just opened a couple of weeks ago. It is a wonderful place. It's got the, as Wayne said earlier, it's the Gulf, is the Pensacola Bay behind us. Beyond that is Santa Rosa Island, and then the Gulf of Mexico. But we're right by Blue Wahoo Stadium, which is where the AAA baseball team plays. But there's a lot to do here. There are a lot of good restaurants. Cindy asked about the restaurants. Fish House is only a few blocks down. It's excellent. But also Zeke's, where we ate at a few minutes ago, is, or Nick's Boathouse. It's delicious as well, and you can sit right out on the water.
Yeah, and it's beautiful too.
And the Point,
Yeah.
yes, as far as being right by the church building, there is a restaurant called The Point. It's down on Innerarity Point, and it is really good seafood.
Nice.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you.
And it's truly a beautiful area, and so obviously a lot of people, cross into the Alabama side of things. Everybody knows Gulf Shores and all
Yes.
that, so
Yes.
just a few minutes away as well. And so what a better place to come though, and to worship with a good family and good brethren there at Innerarity Point. We'll have all the information for the congregation there in the show notes and the description below. And so thank you for taking your time out and watching this interview. And if there's something that certainly we can do to encourage you, we'll see you further down the road.